Well, for those of you who may not know, can you explain exactly who you are and what your role is with the FA?
Yeah, I'm Martin Glenn and I'm CEO of the FA. I've been in the job about 2.5 years.
And having come to Boreham Wood and seen the ground, what are your thoughts on it?
Well, it's another example of how money in football's really improved facilities. It's a great ground, really good pitch surface. I think, and Arsenal ladies train here as well, so it's obviously top notch. So well done.
That's fantastic. You're obviously here for Football Focus, aren't you? What were you doing on Football Focus today?
Just explaining a couple of things really, talking about the success of what we call our development team. So this year we've had an unprecedented success. Under 17s World Cup last week, under 20s World Cup, I mean these are proper FIFA competitions, and then the under 19s won the Euros. So the investment we're making at St George's Park in teaching kids how to play in international tournaments, get that experience under their belt is brilliant, and that does augur well for future England World Cup success in the major tournaments.
The pitch here was paid for partly by Arsenal due to our partnership with Arsenal. It cost £1 million, and it's arguably the best outside of the Championship. That's great for non-league football, isn't it?
It is. I mean, I think once again the playing surfaces, need to get better. I mean, we've got a big programme in the FA called Park Life where we're trying to get more 3G pitches across all areas of the country, because this time of year, rainy day today, games start getting called off, your kids are playing in mud, and the big strong kids make it through, the skillful ones don't. So I think having a Desso surface like you've got, which allows a true run of the ball, and also it lasts for longer so you can play more on it, that is the future.
So the FA clearly value non-league football, but just how important is it to you?
Well, it's massively important. We have ownership, if you like, of the football pyramid. So the Premier League and the EFL effectively govern themselves, but we have a duty of care across the rest of the pyramid. And we're really privileged in England. We're unique. No other country in the world has got the depth of football that we have. And you can get from the very bottom to the very top. People like Wimbledon have done it in the past. I think it's really something to cherish and respect, but also invest in. And I think the fact that you've got multiple use pitches like this, so Arsenal ladies can use it, Boreham Wood can use it. That's also going to keep improving.
We're here for the FA Cup today. What makes this competition quite so special?
Well, it's the history of it, right? It's the longest running cup competition. The global reach of it would really surprise you. We sold our international FA Cup rights last year for a large sum of money. People around the world love watching the FA Cup, and what they like watching is English players that they kind of roughly, or English Premier League players, EFL players, but they love what we all love, which is the underdog. And it's that, think about last year's FA Cup was brilliant. Lincoln doing so well, Sutton United. So it's that ability to shock. And I think Boreham Wood, I'm going to make a prediction, I think they're going to win today. I think they're going to go through the second round, and then who knows where it goes.
We love the underdog tag here at Boreham Wood, having risen sort of 3 divisions in 11 years. And it'd be a great story today if we could make it through that second round. Yeah,
it's 10 years, I think, since you've made the second round. And so it's good time. But yeah, the progress has been terrific. And that's what you can get. And that's what you're seeing increasingly in football, that, clubs like yourselves moving up divisions quickly, it gathers momentum, you invest in the stadium. You are going to be an AFL club one day soon.
We've seen the likes of Forest Green and Fleetwood sort of rise through the divisions and into the Football League. Are we going to see an increase, do you think, in the amount of teams debuting in the Football League?
Well, I mean, not if you ask the Football League members now, because they don't want to go down. But I mean, there's so much more money in the game that's being invested at all levels that if you get the right owners, if you get the right sort of coaching and the right facilities like you've got here, really there's a long way that you can progress. I think the fact is football's still massively interesting. People love playing it, they love watching it, so why not?